Hip joint, which is the synovial joint, the ball and socket. Ball is the head of the femur. Socket is the acetabulum of the hip bone. This joint is highly free joint like the shoulder, but less than shoulder due to deep acetabular cup. This joint is multi-axial. The term multi-axial used for the joint which act on three axes: transverse axis, anteroposterior axis, and vertical axis. Such a joint can show free movement. So, multi-axial name is given. It is spheroidal between the head of femur and acetabulum of the hip joint. Articular surfaces. Copy of it. Whenever talking about a joint, the first thing is the type of joint which we are talking about, that is spheroidal, synovial, ball and socket type. Next is the articular surfaces we consider in a joint. There is a one question that can we change a highly free joint into a fixed joint? Yes, there is a one position in the joint in which the joint becomes fixed and close pack, which mean articular surfaces are closely packed with each other, and one can fix it or change into immobile joint. That is the close pack position. Close pack position of the hip joint is you put the joint in full extension, then slight abduction and medial rotation. This position in which the joint capsule or ligament that become taut or wind around the joint. So make it fix. Femoral head or the articular surfaces are covered with articular cartilage. Head of the femur is covered with articular cartilage and the acetabular cup is covered with articular cartilage. Role of the articular cartilage is it provides the smooth mobility of the joint. It permits easy spread of the synovial fluid. It provides painless joint. It provides soundless joint. So all these benefits of the articular cartilage. It also prevents erosion of the damage to the articular surfaces like head of femur and acetabular cup. During the movements, their surfaces are not damaged or eroded. Femoral head is covered with articular cartilage which is thick in the center and thin at periphery. Central part is thick and peripheral part is thin. Acetabular surface, which is half moon like lunate surface, covered with articular cartilage, which is thick anterosuperiorly, which is the broad area of the or broader part of the articular surface of acetabulum. Here it is thick because the stress is more during walking on this area. Then the non-articular part of acetabulum, which is the name given acetabular fossa, no cartilage contain, it is not covered with cartilage, rather as a fibroelastic fat. On the margin of the acetabulum, there is a fibrocartilaginous rim. Name is given acetabular labrum, a fibrocartilage rim attached to the acetabular margin, which this is the triangular in shape, triangular on cut section, thick towards periphery, thin towards the center, attached to the acetabular margin and further deepen the acetabular margin or further deepen the acetabular cup. Third thing which is we come in contact is the supports of the joint. Fibrous capsule, number one is the support which bind the two bones together, femur with the acetabulum or rib bone. Number two thing which is support the joint is ligaments. Three important ligaments. Number one, the iliofemoral ligament, which is very strong, strongest ligament, provide the much stability to the joint. Which is the MCQ is asked, which structure is more strongest or supportive to the joint is iliofemoral. Number two is the ischiofemoral. Third is the pubofemoral. These three ligaments do support or provide the stability. Whereas the transverse acetabular ligament, which is attached to the margin of the acetabular notch and convert it into a foramen for passage of arteries and nerves, does not provide support. And fifth is the ligament head of femur, is also not supportive to the joint. Rather, it is meant for supply of the blood vessel or blood supply to the head of femur, in which a acetabular branch of the obturator artery that pass to supply the head of femur. So, three ligaments out of five are supportive: iliofemoral, ischiofemoral, and pubofemoral. Transverse acetabular just giving the deepening the cup. Fibrous capsule, number one. Dense, strong, superiorly attached acetabular margin. You have to say capsule attached to the two bones where? On the acetabular cup margins on transverse acetabular ligament to which this capsule is attached on the hip bone. It covers the femoral head and neck. So one question which is asked, the neck of the femur is intracapsular or extracapsular. So it covers the neck, intracapsular, femoral head and neck, and attached. On the femur, it is attached anteriorly to the intertrochanteric line, superiorly. The base of femoral neck, that is the where that start, posteriorly 1 centimeter medial to the intertrochanteric crest and inferiorly femoral neck near the lesser trochanter. Capsule has two types of fibers in arrangement. Internal are circular fibers, which is the name is given zona orbicularis. External longitudinal fibers, longitudinally extending from the hip bone to the femur. Inner are circular, outer longitudinal, zona orbicularis. Ligaments. Number 1, iliofemoral ligament. Inverted Y shape. It is the apex, which is the long limb of Y between anterior inferior spine and acetabular margin. Apex attached there. The wider lower part, which is the base, are bifurcated two limbs of the Y attached to intertrochanteric line. Pubofemoral ligament. Triangular in shape, base attached iliopubic ramus, superior pubic ramus, and below attached with iliofemoral ligament, blend with iliofemoral ligament. Ischiofemoral ligament attached posteriorly to acetabular margin, that is below, posterior inferior to the, and below attached to the greater trochanter. Transverse acetabular ligament, no cartilage, fiber attached to the acetabular margin and convert the acetabular notch into a foramen-like structure. Ligament of head of femur. It is also triangular. Its apex is attached on femur fovea and lower wider base attached acetabular margin. Synovial membrane, which provide the synovial fluid secreted into the joint cavity and provide the smoothness or easy mobility of joint. Synovial membrane line the inner surface of capsule. Ligament of head of femur. It covers the inner surface of capsule. Ligament of head of femur is also covered with synovial fluid membrane. And fat which is present in non-articular part or acetabular fossa of acetabulum, that fat is also covered with synovial membrane. At three places: inner surface capsule, ligament head of femur, and fat in the acetabular fossa. Another thing which is favorably asked is bursae around joint. Three bursae on the hip joint, iliopectineal bursa. Number 2, bursa associated with tendon of the distal attachment of gluteus medius and minimus at greater trochanter. Bursa between gluteus maximus and vastus lateralis. Blood supply. The vessels which are passing around the joint are obturator artery. Number 2, medial circumflex. Number 3, femoral artery. Number 4, superior inferior gluteal arteries. Number 5, artery of the ligament of head branch of the obturator artery, obturator branch of the acetabular branch of the obturator artery. Lymphatics. two groups which drain the lymph, because these lymph nodes get enlarged. If the joint is infected or septic joint occur, sepsis occur, these lymph nodes get enlarged. Number one, deep inguinal lymph node, internal iliac lymph node. Nerve supply is from those which nerve passing around the joint as a rule. Anteriorly femoral nerve, obturator nerve, accessory obturator nerve, posteriorly sciatic nerve, and superior gluteal nerve. Femoral neck make an angle with the long axis of the shaft of the femur. So if you take the long axis of the head and neck with the which make an angle, so angle between the neck of femur and long axis of the shaft of femur is 135 degree. Femoral neck is not totally medially directed, it is slightly forward. Femoral neck is anteverted or forward is 10 to 15 degree as compared to shaft. Movement occur on three axes. Number one, transverse axis. Number two, vertical axis. Number three, anteroposterior axis, transverse axis. There are two movements. As a rule, two movements occur on each axis. So there are three axes total, 6 movements. 7 is circumduction, which is combination movement. Transverse axis, there are two movements, flexion, extension. Flexion by definition when dorsum of thigh and ventral surface of trunk come in contact with each other. Flexion at various positions is, its degree is different. If the person is lying on the bed and you do the flexion at hip joint, is supine position is 90 to 120 degree. Stop होता है. In sitting position, in sitting position 140 degree. In squatting position, when you are sitting on the floor, 160 degree. Muscle involved in flexion are psoas major, iliacus, rectus femoris, pectineus, and sartorius. Extension is the movement when the back of thigh and back of trunk, they come closer to each other or approximate with each other. Degree of extension is 15 degree. It is limited by iliofemoral ligament. So extension limitation, which is important MCQ, that is limited by iliofemoral ligament. Muscle involved are gluteus maximus, biceps femoris, semitendinosus, semimembranosus, and ductor magnus. Abduction movement away from median plane by 60 degree. Muscle involved are gluteus medius and minimus, tensor facial lata, piriformis, and sartorius. Adduction movement toward the median plane. Adduction in standing position is under gravity, whereas the adduction in supine position, when person is lying on the bed, these muscles show activity. These muscles are show no activity while in standing, no role in adduction. Adduction automatically occurs under gravity. In lying down bed, it is impossible to bring the or do the adduction of the abducted lower limb. It is by the help of adductor longus, magnus, brevis, and gracilis. On vertical axis, there are also two movements: medial rotation, lateral rotation. Medial rotation, anterior fiber of gluteus medius and tensor fasciae lata. Lateral rotation, gluteus maximus and the short lateral rotator. The name is given. Short lateral rotator of the hip joint, which are short muscles, all responsible for lateral rotation. Obturator internus, superior inferior gemmelli, quadratus femoris, piriformis, obturator externus, and sartorius. Circumduction is the movement which is the combination of the flexion, extension, duction, adduction. That to combine that is the circumduction.